Hello tubers, tubettes, and crazy people. Hey, if you don't know who I am, my name is Dave, and I live in Northern California, and I love California. That's my big thing, is I do love California. But what I want to talk about today is about my Batmobiles. I know a lot of people have asked me over the years, what you going to do with those Batmobiles? You know, especially as I get older. Now, if it was up to my wife, we would have already sold them because she would love to get the money, you know, but we don't have any plans of what we would do with the money, so I'm sure it would just sit in a bank account, you know, accruing interest and growing and everything else. But for me, it's really hard to let go because I built those things. My hands, they're like my babies. So I've kind of told her that if something happened to me, you know, I have a friend and he would help her, and we would probably just, they could sell them for whatever they could get for it. I know I could get more for them, but I just can't get myself to selling them. So I wanted to tell you, over the years, I've had 3 different things that have come up that I've thought about. What am I going to do with these Batmobiles? So I should probably say initially what I wanted to do, and I've kind of gone in that direction by having my 75 C600 slant bed, is to load them up and go to different Comic-Cons. In fact, I just saw a Comic-Con in the town next to me, and I was thinking, oh, that'd be cool to take my Batmobile over there, at least one of them. And then I started thinking, yeah, I don't want to go over there and sit around for hours and hours and hours. It's just, I don't see the point to it, you know. So I didn't even call them on it, but I have had people that said, if you want to do it, Dave, we can set you up so you can hit all the Comic-Cons. I just don't think that that's my style. That's not my life that I'm looking for. I did go to a Comic-Con in Salt Lake City, and it was nice. It was different, but I think one is enough. So I built the slant bed, and I've got my '89 Batmobile on it, and then I've got a trailer that I can haul my Rumbler on it. But I haven't gone to any Comic-Cons or anything in a long time. So one of the thoughts that we had was to sell it. Okay, as you may be able to tell, I'm dressed in different clothes. So I had reviewed that video, and at the last part of it, which I'm going to do over again, I probably was a little harsh with some of the people that were involved at the time. So I'm going to try to make this a kinder, more gentler ending to my story. So in terms of the Batmobiles, the first person I had, which was a guy from Florida, he wanted to acquire the Batmobiles, and after talking to him quite a bit over the phone, I really thought it might be better if I just went out and visited him. So I believe he paid for me for the flight and then also the hotel room for sure, and then I went out and visited with him. It was interesting because he was a body armor guy, you know, but really real body armor, like bulletproof vests and stuff like that. And so when I went out to visit him, I was trying to find out, he wanted to acquire all of them, all of the Batmobiles. And so I have my Tumbler, which at the time I said is probably worth about $500,000. I have my '89 Batmobile, which I valued it at $130,000. And then I have my Bat Pod, which I value it at $60,000, and then my Big Kahuna, which is a reverse trike, valued it at $60,000. So all of it together came out to $750,000, and that's really what I was talking about. So I had it in my mind to present that to him like that. But when I went out there and I visited him, he was very talkative, and actually just kept talking and talking and talking. And I come to find out, you know, when I visited him, he didn't actually own that armor business. He was a partner in there, and I'm not sure how big of a partner he was. I met his other partner, which I don't know, could have been his dad, but he seemed to be the main guy. He didn't really talk to us too much, and so or talk to me too much. So we went to dinner, and then presented the number that I was looking for. I was thinking like 750 to a million if you want all 4 vehicles. Probably that's kind of my thought. So when I sat down with them, just like I do in pool sales, I'm really interested in just getting to the bottom line. So during dinner, we were starting to talk about it, and that's when I came to find out that his offer was no offer. He wanted me to donate the Batmobiles to a museum that he was planning on building in the future. I said I would love to see the museum, and he says, oh, well, actually, I don't have it, right now, but I'm planning on getting the building and turning it into a thing for veterans. And he had like really great ideas, and this was going to be the center point of his thing, was my Batmobiles that he was going to have me donate, and then I would be able to write off, let's just say $750,000 on taxes as a donation. So this is far from acceptable to me, and I ended up leaving pretty much saying, yeah, thank you, but no thank you. But at least meeting him, he was an interesting character, and I did get a bulletproof vest and also a holster for my 9mm, because those are things that he made. He actually gifted them to me, and I guess that was, that was worth it. Another person I had was a person that I had met online, and he wanted to buy my '89 Batmobile for $130,000. That's what we had agreed upon. And when I told him I wanted to be paid cash, that's kind of hard to get that much cash altogether, but I'm not in a rush, so take your time. But then we talked about how he was going to get his cash, and he said he was going to take all the money out of his IRA, or his 401k. And I was really advising him against that. I thought that was a really, really bad deal. Even though I'm not his financial planner, that just doesn't make sense to do that. He's a single guy. But his idea was to take the '89 Batmobile, dress up like Batman, and then go to different events. And that was his thing, that he wanted to try to do. And so it was going along pretty good, and he was coming up with the money and all this other stuff. But then the way I had made the arrangements and made the deal is that the '89 is at my house. You can come pay me for it, and then you can pick it up, and then you can leave. He did ask me, well, is there any way that I can make payments? I go, sure, you make me one payment, and then you can have the car. That's how my deal was. Or if you want to pay it like layaway, you can do that too. You can continue to make payments, and I'll just keep the car here, because I know once I let my car loose, I'm not ever going to get it back. And what's to stop him from not paying? Or, he could have a real reason that he can't pay, but still, I'm not doing that. And so the final straw was he had no way to move the vehicle, and he had a warehouse down in LA, which is about 450 miles from here. So his suggestion was maybe I could drive it down there, and then he'd be able to give me the cash when I get there. I don't really I don't do business that way, because what if I drive all the way down there and then you say I don't want to buy it, or I want to pay you half, or I want to do this, I have no incentive. There's no upside for me to do that. So that was another deal that went by the wayside. And then I had another one, and this was with some movie producers. They're from China, and they had just released some big, massive movie over there. They thought it was going to be mega millions. And I met him through an actor that I know locally, who's a karate actor. He's into karate and martial arts, and he's Chinese, and he speaks Chinese, so he's the one that kind of set it up. I had the guys come out, gave them a ride, each one of them a ride in their Rumbler, but I could tell that they were kind of interested in getting likes on their videos, because they were taking all kinds of videos and pictures of them doing it and everything. And when it came down to it, we just couldn't make a deal work. What their thought was that they would pay me, and then I would put it inside of a shipping container and ship it over there. They'd pick it up, and then they wanted me to go there and help set it up But then they wanted me to go there and help them, teach them, show them how to build more of them. And that was like a deal killer, because even my movie star friend said, well, Dave, everybody has a price, you know, just tell them what your price is. And I said, well, there's no way I'm moving to China to build a bunch of rumblers. I just want to sell my vehicles. I don't really want to be involved in the long term. Plus, there's no way my wife is letting me go to China. So that one went by the wayside too. So a lot of times when people ask me, what are you going to do with those things? I really have no idea. I've always thought that I would get in a really good financial situation at some point and buy a warehouse or a shop or a store and be able to display them inside. And then my vision would be to have a shop where I had maybe like 4 doors, roll-up doors, and then during the day I could start them up, roll them out, and people could come and visit it like a museum. It would be my own museum. And then behind it, inside the shop, I would like to have like glass windows, and then maybe be working on another project, like my 66 Batmobile, which would be so people could come in and they could watch, and then periodically I could stop what I'm doing and then go out and talk to people, sit and just relax with them, kind of like you're in a garage shop, and they could ask me questions and take pictures and stuff like that. So that's kind of like a dream, as if money was not an issue. Or I thought, well, maybe somebody else has a museum or a want to do that, and they just want to rent my vehicles. That wouldn't be bad if it was somewhere where I could get to them. And I have had offers to do that, but it's never turned into anything. Car museum in Ransom, Missouri, that was interested in doing something like that, but we could just never put anything together. So right now I'm open. Anybody has any ideas, anybody wants to donate me a building, anybody wants me to get these things out there. They do draw a lot of people. They do get a lot of attention on it, and I'm not sure where the next step is going to happen. So thank you for listening. I'm sure glad that you guys found me. Subscribe if you can, and then I'll be pumping out some more videos. Thank you much, and have a great day.